Welcome everyone to The Honest Review. Today we're having a look at a piece of equipment I use every single time I live stream. That is the Cam Link 4K by Elgato. We're going to be doing a bunch of videos on stream equipment that helps content creators improve the experience for everyone enjoying their content. And the first thing I wanted to cover is the Cam Link. We're going to dive straight into this device, what you can use it for, how it's going to help you and improve the quality of your streams, and just what I think of it in general as far as price to performance. Now, the Cam Link itself is actually really small, and then you have a USB pass. They're really just an extension cable for the USB 3.0. And here we are with the Cam Link itself. We have some instructions and a sticker on the inside, but yeah, that's it for everything that comes with Cam Link. And let's get into how you use it and what you can do with it. Now, the USB 3.0 extension here is actually to protect your PC because the Cam Link itself is a little bit large, slightly on the bulky side, and put possible stress on that USB 3.0 connection, as well as the ability to just break it off in your actual PC, damage it in some way. So that's why people often opt to use a USB 3.0 extension cable. Now, I want to be clear about this. The Cam Link is what I consider to be the masterclass adapter for face cams, because there's a lot of professionals actually that use to this day the standard $100 Logitech face cams. Now, these Logitech face cams are actually amazing as far as like price to performance, best bang for your buck. They work great. There's a lot of professionals that use this to this day. We're talking big time streamers. Ultimately, the Logitech Brio, the Logitech 922, and the 920, all of these face cams do get the job done. Yes, they work, but it's a whole different class of quality, and I consider it to be, like I said before, the masterclass once you upgrade to using a professional grade camera. Now, the cameras that I use with this device is actually the Sony A7s and then the Sony A7 III. Of course, these are really, really expensive cameras, but they are our studio cameras. These are really, really expensive. I don't think that you have to have an awesome, amazing, expensive camera to use this Cam Link. Anything that does 1080p, 60 FPS, or just a clean 4K 30 frames per second will work really, really well with this device. From a quality standpoint, there's literally no debate. If you look at my face cam with the Logitech 922, you could tell day and night that the face cam coming from the DSLR, even though it is a cropped, smaller image, is crisper, cleaner, more defined, and it just is more aesthetically pleasing on my stream. Now, the way you set the Cam Link up is you plug in your micro HDMI into your camera, and then you plug in your HDMI into the back of the Cam Link. And this will plug straight into a USB 3.0 port on your PC. And if you want to play it safe, you can use that extension cable for the USB 3.0. Each camera is different, but essentially you're going to set that up for HDMI out and then download the Elgato software onto your PC, and you're good to go. OBS will recognize this right away. Pretty much every single streaming platform is going to recognize it right away. The Cam Link itself is capable of running 1080p at 60 FPS or 4K at 30 FPS. I personally run it like 1080, 60 FPS, sometimes 1080, 30, just to put less stress on my graphics card. But if you want, and if you have a really nice graphics card, you can actually bump this up to 4K, and that cropped image for your face cam will be very crisp. I'm talking, it is a noticeable difference coming from 1080p to 4K cropped down. It's extremely sharp. But there's also another really awesome use for this device. Anyone who's dual PC streaming, meaning they have one PC running the game and then another PC entirely by itself just running the stream, they can use this as a game capture, meaning all they do is duplicate their signal for that monitor that is running their game on their gaming PC, shoot it right into their Cam Link via HDMI, and this will plug into your stream PC, and boom, you pretty much have an Elgato HD60S. So then the question must be asked, what would be the purpose of buying an Elgato HD60S over a Cam Link if I can pretty much game capture with this? Well, this does not have another HDMI out like the Elgato HD60S. Now, keep in mind, the Cam Link 4K is $129.99. There's also a 1080p 60 FPS version of this that isn't 4K, and it's actually really right at the same price, quite literally 4 cents in price difference. There is zero reason not to go for the upgrade to the Cam Link 4K. But like I was saying, the HD60S, essentially this is a tool really geared towards console gamers. It shoots that HDMI in and then back out to your monitor, but in the process uses USB Type-C, which then goes to USB 3.0 into your PC, and it is essentially split that signal so it can capture everything in the Elgato software, and you can stream or record as you wish with your gameplay. And you can also have an audio input as well to the HD60S. So yeah, that price difference between like $155 to $130, it's really there because this is geared towards a little bit more functionality as a game capture, although this is not a 4K capture. But enough of that. What are the pros and cons to using the Cam Link, and what is the real benefit to using the Cam Link versus an $100 to $120 face cam, pretty much the most popular option by Logitech? One of the biggest cons to the Cam Link is that it's $130 and you have to have a nice camera to go with it. Also, that camera has to do a clean HDMI out, meaning that a lot of times on these cameras there's an on-screen display, but some cameras don't allow you to disable that on-screen display. So when you shoot out whatever you're capturing on that camera, that on-screen display will show up right into what you're trying to capture, pretty much rendering this Cam Link pointless. So make sure if you're investing into going on the pro tier, the high tier level of face cams and quality for streaming, that you have a camera that's going to give you what you need to use this device. So essentially you need a camera that's going to give you an HDMI out, and then it will run into this Cam Link and not crop the image or give you that on-screen display. Now on the Elgato website, there is a list for all of the compatible cameras that you can use with this device. Don't be surprised, possibly, if your camera's not on that list, because there's no way for them to test like every single camera out on the market. So to wrap things up, we're gonna keep it pretty raw here. This is a really cheap budget piece of equipment that works really, really well. There's professionals that use this to this day. Do you notice it in a lot of people's streams that don't have really, really high light volume and good lighting for their stream setups, and they have just really blurry, pixelated face cams? Yeah, those high tier, high quality streams, you can tell right away in those face cams that they're not using cheap equipment. This is an $100 face cam right here. This is a $130 piece of equipment that also causes you to use more expensive cameras in the process. So essentially, the sky's the limit for how expensive you would want to go on the quality of the camera that you want to use this with. The quality of your camera is going to define the value that you get out of this equipment. Do I think that the Cam Link's worth it? Hell yeah. I absolutely love this thing. I think it's worth it. Is it for everyone? That's up to you. I think a lot of people could get by with just a nice affordable option. And if you're trying to really up your quality and enter that master class, get a Cam Link. We're gonna be doing a lot more vids that focus on professional equipment that streamers use and how you can improve the quality of your streaming or game capturing or just content creation in general. And I love this Cam Link. I really use it every single time I stream now, and it has changed the quality of my streams. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like the vid, subscribe to the channel, share the content. It is greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section below. If there's something I missed, let me know down below. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Peace.